from the 4-Zone Weather Team, certified most accurate.
Oh, take it easy this morning. Roads are wet. We've been getting the mist, the patchy drizzle since last night, and we're still seeing some of that right now. 58 degrees and cloudy with a bit of rain in San Antonio. There's also some fog, but the big story, the wet roads. Notice that most of the precipitation along and east of I-35 now. This is getting into Guadalupe County, Wilson County, Gonzales County, including Lavaca County. Closer look at where the rain is falling there on live power Doppler radar. Very light precipitation, but it's definitely enough to cause some wet roads. We'll have this type of weather, the clouds, the fog, the drizzle until mid-morning. I am watching winter weather and dangerous cold for our area heading into the weekend. How cold will it get? Could we see some winter weather here in our viewing area? I'll let you know in your full forecast coming up in just under 10 minutes.
This is News 4 San Antonio Today, the only local news station with nonstop news.
It is what we do. Good morning, nonstop news starts right now. We are the only TV station in town commercial free until the top of the hour.
We have you covered this morning. You just heard from Jeanette, and she'll give us another look at weather in just a few moments.
Yeah, I want to check in though with Joy Bergen, who has on-time traffic. The wet conditions can create a little bit of an issue out there. What do you see?
Yeah, so we've followed several minor accidents, lots of fender benders throughout the morning. Right now, everything that we've been talking about has cleared. We are still dealing with some congestion, though, and we do have some construction in the downtown area. That's on the upper level of I-35 northbound from I-10 to Brooklyn Avenue. This is where we had that accident earlier along 281 and Hildebrand, now all back open. Photojournalist David Mendoza joins us live now from Road Cam. I want to get another update from him from the ground. Good morning, David.
Hello and good morning. Yeah, despite our wet roads, it's not too bad out here. I haven't seen anything other than minor accidents throughout the area, possibly some hydroplaning accidents. You still want to be cautious because of these wet roads. Right now I'm on 35 North in the downtown area, approaching the Y. Going to check out this construction delay. I'll let you know what that looks like here momentarily. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. Stay safe, and we'll check in again soon.
Thank you, Joy. A Northeast Side teenager is safe after disappearing for 10 days. The family of Isabella Ramirez did not disclose where she was, but said she's alive. Monday night, her family spoke to News 4 and said they feared she was kidnapped for human trafficking.
All right, the man accused of ramming his car into the cars of ICE agents in San Antonio last week is out of jail today. Federal judge releasing Robyn Brooks into the custody of his father because his attorney told the court that Brooks was never informed that his immigration status was terminated last April. He also argued that Brooks had no history of violence. He's still facing charges of damaging government vehicles and hurting ICE agents.
Across America, actor Timothy Busfield is out of jail as he waits trial on sex abuse charges. A New Mexico judge announced his release on Tuesday, citing Busfield's lack of criminal history and his decision to surrender to authorities. He's being accused of inappropriately touching 2 boys on set. The actor denies the allegations, and his lawyers claim the accusations are part of a plot manufactured by the boys' parents.
California therapist is dead after being stabbed by a former patient Monday night. According to the Orange County Sheriff's Office, the suspect interrupted an active therapy session, then attacked the therapist and her client. The therapist died at the hospital. The client remains hospitalized. They are expected to recover. Deputies say the suspect was then later found dead from an apparent suicide.
Time now is 6:44. On Tuesday, the Justice Department served subpoenas to multiple Democratic officials in Minnesota. This includes State Governor Tim Walz, the Attorney General, and the mayors of Minneapolis and St. Paul. The subpoenas are part of an investigation into whether state authorities impeded the work of ICE agents.
Michelle Tafoya is trading sports reporting for politics. The longtime NFL reporter turned political commentator has filed paperwork to run for a U.S. Senate seat in Minnesota. The Republican is expected to launch her bid later today. Tafoya covered pro football and other sports for more than 3 decades before leaving the sidelines. She is now hosting a conservative podcast.
Texas House Democrats who broke quorum last summer have been fined more than $9,300 each. Back in August, some congressional Democrats left the state in an attempt to block redrawn Texas congressional maps they said are racist. The redrawn maps eventually passed. A letter from Texas's Committee on House Administration states the representatives have until February 9th to explain why the fine should not be imposed. Now, those fines pay for the more than $124,000 spent by the state attempting to bring the congressional members back to the Capitol.
About 15 minutes now before 7 a.m. The countdown to the midterms is on, and there are plenty of big races to watch, including the U.S. Senate. The Texas Democratic primary is still a couple of months out. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett will face off against Austin Representative James Tallarico. Ms. Crockett says she wants to put Texans first.
I'm going to make it clear that I'm not fighting because I'm part of a party agenda. I'm fighting because we as Texans are hurting.
A new poll by Emerson College shows that Congresswoman Crockett is 9 points behind Mr. Tallarico. Now, on the Republican side, that same poll finds incumbent Senator John Cornyn and Attorney General Ken Paxton tied in the Republican primary. But that could change dramatically since a third of the voters are still undecided. Well, later today, there will be a special ceremony for a group of veterans who did not have their families with them.
They are considering unaccompanied veterans, and they will be honored with a service at Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery. News 4 San Antonio's Christina De Leon has more on their service and what's being done to remember them. Good morning, Christina.
Yeah, good morning, Marissa. Good morning, everyone. You know, according to a Facebook post, there's going to be 10 unaccompanied veterans, as they're known, who will be honored today at this very special service. Most of them in their late 70s or 80s and basically have served in the Vietnam era. Now, Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery holds this service every year, and they want each service member to help and have a dignified burial ceremony for every veteran who has served. They partner up with the Bexar County Military and Veteran Services, and these veterans are former service members whose next of kin maybe has passed away or is unknown, or loved ones simply cannot attend this special service. Many times burial arrangements have been made by a public administrator or a VA medical center, and as we all know, every veteran has earned that right to have a ceremony at the National Cemetery if they choose and be buried with these honors. Now, this very special service, again, is open to the public. Anyone can attend, and it will begin today at 9 a.m. right here at Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery. Reporting live, I'm Christina De Leon. We will send it back to you.
Christina, thank you. Buc-ee's wants to open the world's largest convenience store in the Sunshine State. A report from the Sebastian Daily says the company announced plans to open a new store in Fort Pierce, Florida, spanning a total of 76,245 square feet. If approved, the new location will have 120 gas pumps, 18 electric vehicle charging stations, and more than 700 parking spaces. Final approval for the project is still pending.
Well, you could get a pay raise this year, according to the research done by the compensation firm PayScale. This finds nearly 50% of companies are planning to give across-the-board pay raises instead of merit-based increases. This so-called peanut butter approach spreads raises evenly across the workforce. PayScale says companies are moving away from performance-based raises because of concerns about subjectivity and bias. Meanwhile, childcare, speaking of money, taking up a huge spot and a space in a family's budget. How about this research from LendingTree stating that parents need to earn about $400,000 per year to comfortably afford childcare for 2 kids? I guess that means most of us will uncomfortably afford it. This is all based on federal guidelines on childcare affordability.
A Kentucky man is looking to retain his title as a world champion bricklayer.
I'm trying to go back-to-back and win it 3 times, which has never been done.
The Spec Mix Bricklayer 500 is being held in Las Vegas today. Participants have 1 hour to construct the tallest 26-foot-long wall. The winner will receive a new truck, a new mixer, and $5,000 in cash. For Cole Stamper, that would also include being the first bricklayer to take home the trophy 3 years in a row.
We have seen over the years some of the biggest stars in the NBA accused of flopping, but most don't come close to what we saw last night in a girls' game in Kansas. So the video shows the interaction here between the referee and one of the players. Hopefully we get a different angle of this. So the referee is going to walk over and give one of the girls 2 technicals, meaning she's supposed to be ejected. She walks over to have a confrontation with the referee to say something, and he drops to the ground like he's been shot. So he's the guy over here on the far right? So you saw him there. He gives the text. He's walking over. The girl is going to be in the black jersey right there, the blonde, and she She touches him, and watch him. Down he goes. So apparently he's got a medical condition, at least that's what he said afterwards, and he plans to visit a neurologist. But he also says He doesn't want the player to receive any more punishment than what she already did. A lot of people are saying, what in the world? Like, you look like you're faking. State's High School Activities Association says he will be taking a break from refereeing games, which is probably best for all.
Now your certified most accurate 4-zone weather with meteorologist Jeanette Calle.
That's not faking at all. Did you see his head bounce off the floor? That's terrible.
Yeah, I saw the head bounce. I also saw her like literally do that. And I mean, that's a grown man, probably over 200 pounds, and he looked like he had, I mean,
usually in medical episodes, it seems like it's, I mean, that was a little dramatic.
I don't know. It was weird.
But, all right, so
I hope he's all right.
Yeah. Lots to talk weather-wise. So this morning we have the patchy light rain, and then we are gearing up for what's ahead this weekend. Some weather headlines here. So again, patchy light rain, sprinkles, drizzle, mist. This will be the case through much of the morning. Now it'll clear out though through the afternoon, gradually clearing out from west to east. And then down here we go, heading into the weekend. There will be a strong Arctic cold front that will be moving south across the state on Friday, coming through our area Friday afternoon, Friday evening. At the same time, there will be a lot of Pacific moisture, of course, coming from the west. We'll see mostly rain during the day Friday, including much of the day Saturday, but we'll have to watch the hill country Friday night into early Saturday. There could be an icy mix there. And then late Saturday going into Sunday, the risk for icing does spread a little farther to the south. So we have weather alert days this weekend. Cold front forecast to come through between 4 and 7 p.m. Friday. Wind gusts in wake of the front late Friday into Saturday, 25 to 35 plus miles an hour. That will make it feel even colder. By the way, temperatures will quickly drop Friday night going into Saturday. For the weekend, we're talking mostly rain, but some patchy ice mix. Some slick travel is possible. Greater risk for icy conditions the farther north you go into central and north Texas. Wind chill temperatures here Saturday night, Sunday morning, single digits to teens. Winter storm watch noon Friday through 6 a.m. on Sunday. That's for cities like Junction, San Angelo, Dallas, Lubbock, up towards Amarillo. This is where moderate to heavy snow, sleet, or ice is likely, and that begins Friday. Let's take you through the day here, checking out future clouds and radar, gradually clearing out through the afternoon. The eastern zone may stay mostly cloudy. Tomorrow morning, we'll have scattered clouds, patchy fog, and then it's nice in the afternoon with a mix of sun and clouds. It'll be cloudy all day Friday. Here comes the front. Again, we're talking rain Friday afternoon, Friday night. The rain will likely continue into the day on Saturday, and we're talking a cold rain. The notice here, the GFS model is showing early Saturday morning from Kerrville to Rock Springs. There could be some patchy freezing rain in the mix. It looks like we get a little dry air to work its way in Saturday afternoon before the final push of moisture heads south into our area Saturday night, Sunday morning, and this is when we could see some icing a little farther to the south and east. By Sunday in the afternoon, we are clearing out. It looks like most of the ice accumulations will be up in the hill country, anywhere between 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch. Very, very cold, extreme cold, dangerous cold Sunday morning. Wind chill temperatures, again, likely teens and single digits. Forecast a temperature 20, but with the wind, it'll feel even colder. And we'll have those morning lows in the low 20s for Monday morning and next Tuesday morning as well. You can get the extended forecast for your zone online at news4sa.com. Have that 4-zone weather app so you can keep an eye on what's coming our way beginning on Friday. Here's the extended for the hill country, and there's a 7-day forecast for the eastern zone. We'll be on top of this for you.
Another live look outside for you this morning. Checking out how the wet weather Jeanette was just talking about is looking for our roadways. Right now, we're in a bit of a lull. We had a busy start with quite a few accidents, but most have now cleared. So moving forward, we are dealing with some construction closures in the downtown area, the upper level of I-35 northbound from I-10 to Brooklyn Avenue. Photojournalist David Mendoza is live in Road Cam as well. Good morning, David.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, you can definitely say a lull right now. I'm in 35 North and Weidner Road, and 35 in the Northeast isn't looking too bad this morning. And citywide, we're looking pretty okay as well. Just be aware of the wet roads and take your time making your way on into work. I'll leave you with that. Drive safe and have a great day. Back to you.
David, thank you. That's the latest for now with your on-time traffic.
All right, guys, thanks. A mobile museum carrying some of America's most cherished artifacts will be flying from city to city this year to mark America's 250th anniversary. Yesterday, the National Archives and Records Administration and the National Archives Foundation announced the Freedom Plane National Tour, Documents That Forged a Nation. It's a mouthful, but the point is pretty cool. Customized Boeing 737 will carry documents to 8 different American cities where all these items will be on display. We're talking about things like the original engraving of the Declaration of Independence, the Treaty of Paris, and tally of votes approving the U.S. Constitution.
As we move into this banner year, the 250th anniversary of our nation's founding, it is more critical than ever to give Americans a chance to get up close and personal with their nation's history, especially as pertains to this pivotal founding era that we're focused on.
The tour will include stops in Houston, Denver, Kansas City, Atlanta, Los Angeles, Miami, Seattle, and Dearborn, Michigan. The exhibit will feature the Houston Museum of Natural Science from May 8th to May 25th.
I like that.
That'd be something cool to see.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge history guy, but documents like that have been around for 250 years, that's certainly worth seeing.
I know. That's so it's going to be rainy for most of the morning and foggy, but then it's going to get better.
Be safe. Keep it here. Download the 4Zone weather app, by the way. You're going to need that over the weekend when it gets really nasty, and Jeanette will be monitoring everything, and social media is a good way as well.